Hi, I'm Molly Lambert, and this is my concept map. I chose to organize my concept map according to whether the theories we learned about were leader-centered, follower-centered, or a little bit of both. Just like a vine can grow many flowers, I think a leader can use several different leadership theories depending on the context of the situation. So let's jump right in and start talking about each of the leadership theories. First are the leader-centered theories. For each theory, I have I describe the theory and then show a pictorial model for it. So the trait approach was one of the first leadership theories that was studied, called the great man approach, because it said that leadership cannot be learned. Only great people possess the innate leadership traits needed for being a good leader. This is the pictorial model that shows the major leadership traits outlined by this theory. The skills approach emphasizes the skills and abilities that can be learned and developed, and it frames leadership as the capabilities that make effective leadership possible. The pictorial model shows individual attributes, competencies leading to leadership outcomes. These are also influenced by career experiences and environmental influences. The behavioral approach emphasizes what leaders do and how they act. It outlines two kinds of behaviors. Task behaviors are focused on goal accomplishment, while relationship behaviors are focused on helping followers feel comfortable with each other as well as the situation. Blake and Mountain's managerial leadership grid joins concern for production and concern for people on two intersecting axes. These are the 5 leadership styles outlined in Blake and Mountain's leadership grid. Authentic leadership is very new, still in the formative phase, but it focuses on whether leaders are genuine. The demand for authenticity in leadership skyrocketed with recent societal upheavals. There are 4 major components to authentic leadership, including self-awareness, internalized moral perspective, balanced processing, and relational transparency. Factors that influence authentic leadership include positive psychological capacities, moral reasoning, and critical life events. This is the authentic leadership model. Next, we have the follower-centered theories. The first one is the transformational approach, and it emphasizes intrinsic motivation and follower development. It's concerned with the emotions, values, ethics, standards, and long-term goals of followers. And it really motivates followers to accomplish more than what is normally expected of them. This is the full range of leadership model, which is a transformational approach to leadership. Servant leadership emphasizes for leaders to be attuned to followers' concerns, empathize with them, and nurture them. It puts followers first, and it says to lead in ways that serve the greater good. This is the pictorial model of servant leadership, including antecedent conditions, servant leader behaviors, and outcomes. Next are the leader and follower-centered theories. First is the situational approach, which says that leaders should adapt their style to the demands of the situation. Different situations call for different kind of leadership, and leaders must evaluate her or his followers to determine which leadership style will be most effective. This is the situational leadership model. It outlines 4 leadership styles based on how supportive or directive the leader is. Next is adaptive leadership. It's about how leaders encourage people to deal with challenges and changes and prepare them to deal with that change. It stresses the actions of the leader in relation to the work of followers and the context of the situation. This is the pictorial model of adaptive leadership showing technical and adaptive challenges. Adaptive leaders help his or her followers deal with the adaptive challenges. Path goal theory focuses on how leaders motivate followers to reach goals. It deals directly with motivation to enhance performance and the satisfaction of followers. This is the model of path goal theory. Leader-member exchange focuses on leadership as a process that is centered around interactions between leaders and followers. It is the only theory that makes the relationship between leaders and followers the central focus. Leadership making is described as the prescriptive approach to leadership, emphasizing that leaders should develop high-quality exchanges with all of their followers rather than just a few. This is the phases in leadership making model. The phases are stranger, acquaintance, and partnership. Leaders using the LMX style strive for mutual partnership with their followers. Team leadership provides a framework for studying the factors that contribute to a team's outcome and effectiveness. Leadership is used to help the team accomplish its goals by monitoring and diagnosing the team and taking action. This is the Hill model for team leadership. Finally, we have the factors affecting leadership. Although these haven't been made into their own theories, they still affect the way leadership is conducted. First of all is ethics, and it's concerned with the kinds of values and morals an individual or society finds appropriate. I think it's important to say what the dark side of leadership is. This is pseudo-transformational leadership, and it's the destructive and toxic leadership used for personal gains. This is the model of ethical leadership. Ethical leadership's at the center, with respecting others, serving others, showing justice, manifesting honesty, and building community around it. Gender in leadership. Women are significantly underrepresented in leadership positions today. And explanations for this include lack of human capital investment in education, training, and work experience for women, differences between men and women, and prejudice. And approaches to close the gender gap included changing workplace norms and organizational culture, as well as increasing career development and effective mentoring opportunities. This is a model of gender and leadership effectiveness. Culture and leadership. Globalization has resulted in a need for leaders with cultural awareness, but factors that inhibit this are ethnocentrism and prejudice. The Globe studies identified 6 global leadership behaviors: charismatic, team-oriented, participative, human-oriented, autonomous, and self-protective leadership. This model shows the universally desirable leadership attributes based on the Globe study. And that is my concept map explaining the major leadership theories we have learned about this year.